Welcome everyone to Chibi Podcast. This is Miles, your tech guy. I wanted to talk about Star Wars a little bit. I know we don't normally talk too much about it on here in this podcast, but I'm actually a very big Star Wars fan. There was a fan film, I guess an edit, you should say, of a Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi, excuse me, from Ivan Ortega. He's been working on this project for a little over a year and a half now, and he finally released his edit. Now, he's a professional film editor. There's been a lot of hype for his. This is mainly a video for people that didn't like The Last Jedi. I'm one of them that passionately hated everything about that movie. Or almost everything, I should say. I was very, very not happy after watching it in the theater. Second showing I saw was when it came actually to Blu-ray. Hated even more then. I could only get halfway through. But this is just speaking for me. This isn't a hate video towards The Last Jedi or anything like that. So, I love Star Wars. I've loved all the Disney ones like Solo, Rogue One. I love The Force Awakens. I've loved all of those from Disney. The Last Jedi to me just felt so disconnected from 7, and some people loved that, some people didn't. I'm on the fence that didn't like it at all. I felt what they did to Luke was absolute garbage. I thought Rose Tico's was a boring character. Rey with no training, big issue for me. My favorite Jedi, just so everybody knows, is Ahsoka Tano. I think she had the best arc I've seen in all the Star Wars lore I've watched and read. And Rey just not getting training when other Jedi have worked their butts off. I don't like Disney's excuse that she downloaded Kylo Ren's training from Luke when he mind read her in The Force Awakens. So, anyways, this is where people know where I stand. I'm separate from the group of the other Chibis here. I know that David loved it. I think it's like his favorite Star Wars film. And that's great, I never wish anybody ever disliking a Star Wars film. Never. I hope everybody loves every Star Wars thing that comes out. Fortunately, this didn't do it for me. But, so anyway, Ivan came and made this fix to fix a lot of the problems people didn't like. And so I just kind of want to do a quick review on it. I'm going to leave a link in the description to his edit. And anybody can go watch it. And what I like about his edit is he made it to a way where I was able to watch it, not feel like I need to puke or turn off the movie. And the good thing about that I'm getting at with this is Star Wars is very divided with fans right now, right? The people like either hating all of Star Wars now and they just dropped it, or they're loving everything they do, or they're in the middle ground where they still like their old stuff, but they're kind of done with, they're not really too interested in Disney stuff now. And I felt that this film kind of helps bring back some of the fandom that maybe have kind of, left a little bit. And I never left, but I wasn't really hyped for episode 9 after 8 because it just didn't do it for me, like I've been saying. But this was able to make me watch 8 and be somewhat interested in watching 9 now, which I like. It was able to make me, if I'm going to do a if I'm going to watch all of the movies, like all 1 through 9 when they're all done, Ivan's fix will go right in the middle for me. It will be right there. 8 is Rian Johnson's version's no more for me. Ivan was able to make Luke. So instead of him throwing the lightsaber, just to give everybody an idea, instead of him throwing the lightsaber, he hands it back to Rey, and he has a voice actor. It sounds very good for a Mark Hamill impersonation. It sounds very good. He hands it to her. Instead, he does like a reverse of the scene. He like rewinds it in reverse, where Luke's actually handing the lightsaber rather than Rey giving it to him. And the voiceover pretty much says, "Here, take it. It calls to you now." And I really like that scene. It was very emotional. It made Luke not throw away his dad's lightsaber and all that. And then he made him, he took out the lines, like, Luke's probably the biggest fix he did. Luke doesn't say he came to the island to die because he's suicidal now. Like, that's not in there. He pretty much gets voice actors say he came not to train another generation of Jedi. He just came to bring one back. And that's Kylo Ren. So he adds scenes in there showing, like, when he's going to murder Kylo Ren in his sleep for a split second, which I didn't like of Luke. I don't feel Luke would do that. I figured he'd talk to him, not have a sense of weakness. Regardless how you see that, totally fine. To me, that's not my Luke. That's not how I view him. So in this scene, what he does is pretty much he reads his mind. He doesn't pull the lightsaber out to kill him. And pretty much sees a vision of Ben going evil and, joining the dark side and murdering his students. And then you see that he tried to rescue him, he tried to bring him back, and he couldn't, so he ended up going to the island to try and figure a way to bring him back. And that's kind of how he fixes that. And then he gives Rey, like, a training scene. It's almost like like a Rocky montage. He had some really cool music, and he has a couple of scenes of Rey on the island and showing, he has a voice actor telling Rey like how to use the Force and stuff like that. It's amazing. So Rey gets training, instantly makes her more likable. I loved her in 7. She's always smiling. She's looking for a sense of adventure. You know, she's just really fun. I loved her as a protagonist. I was like, this is a really cool character. But in 8, she's just kind of bland, monotone to me. No training, can do everything. She can lift 500 rocks when Yoda could barely lift 6, and Luke can't lift a Dev X-Wing after months of training with Yoda. I just don't like how they've made Rey just this overpowered god Jedi. And in this one, he doesn't show all the rocks movie, and he kind of clips that, which is awesome. So that was really cool. He does a lot of stuff. I mean, again, I'll leave the link in the description. Canto Bight was one of the most boring scenes. I think even a lot of my friends that loved The Last Jedi, even they admitted that they didn't really like Canto Bight. I dragged on too much, the whole freeing the kids and the slaves. Just let's get to the damn point of the movie. Pretty much they show up to Canto Bight, Rose and Finn, and they get put in jail for the, the stupid parking thing. And pretty much they get the code breaker, and then they leave. That's pretty much it. So it's awesome. And keeps the pace going, keeps everything fluid. He fixed some lines with not fixed, but not lines they say, but with Kylo and the interaction with Snoke. They made it not so cheesy, made it more impactful. Hux isn't so much of this parody anymore. He's not being thrown around and getting thrown around by Kylo, thrown around by Snoke. He's more like in Episode 7 where he's more that threat, and I liked that. That was really cool. And unfortunately, a lot of the problems, if you didn't like The Last Jedi, there's some of the pacing and the story is going to still be in there. He didn't really fix too much of that because there's only so much you can do with what the original already had in the movie. He has to still make it a movie. So some things I know he didn't want to include in there, but he has to still make it a movie. One of the biggest changes is Holdo. I didn't really like Holdo at all. I thought she was kind of a dumb character. I didn't really get her too much. It's just kind of a whatever character for me. But anyway, he made Akbar replace her scene for doing the sacrifice. So that was awesome. That was a beautiful, beautiful edit. So other than that, yeah, there's a lot more I could go into detail. I don't want to go through everything he did because I kind of want people to go and view it. One of the biggest things is he did make Luke live. He was able to edit with the music and everything just perfectly. It's just beautiful. So for me, what The Last Jedi was like a 2 out of 10. Like almost a 1, to be honest. I really did not like that film. He made it about a 6 out of 10 for me. The Last Jedi, I give a 9.5. I mean, not The Last Jedi, sorry. The Force Awakens, I give a 9.5, I think it's right up there with Rogue One. I think Rogue One maybe a 9.4 for me. And everybody's viewpoint's different, everybody has their, my favorite Star Wars movie is Return of the Jedi. A lot of people like Empire, cool, no problem. But anyway, yeah, this is right. It makes it at least watchable. And no, I didn't watch it not hating it. So this really kind of brought me a little bit more into being happy about Star Wars again. It made me come back a little bit. And that's what I wanted from it. And I think a lot of people are going to get that from them if they didn't like it, And if you did like The Last Jedi, that's great. This doesn't concern you. You love that film. You have that film to always watch, and that's great, and it can be more happy for you. But for the people that didn't like it, like me, this is a good way to maybe watch it to kind of get you back into Star Wars again, get you motivated, get you a little excited for 9 a little bit. And this did that for me. So I hope that Ivan's Fix can do that for others as well. But anyway, whatever your comments, if you didn't like The Last Jedi, then, put it in the comments. If you did like The Last Jedi, put it in the comments. This is nothing to belittle or make fun of anyone for that did or did not like it. This is just my own viewpoint. This is why I'm not doing it with the other Chibis. I'm the only one that really passionately hated this movie, and it really, really hurt me as a huge Star Wars fan to watch this movie. So this is why I wanted to do a review on it. So anyway, again, leave your comments down below. This is Miles, your tech guy, and have a good one.